We see a big growing demand for green buildings and green infrastructure.
In France today, it will be impossible to invest into a non-green building.
The Indian needs are so huge in terms of building and building related issues that if they do not go the sustainable way, they're heading for a disaster.
Now we know there is a climate change and we know that we have to do something, and we know that our industry is really responsible for using so much energy. We do have to save energy. So this is a fact.
We cannot afford to house everyone in the world. We're at about 7 billion. If we house them all in the way we did in the past, we're in trouble. We just can't afford that ecologically.
So we need partners who can supply the materials or the technologies which allow us to produce a green building or a sustainable piece of infrastructure. We can't do it on our own.
Manufacturers have to take a lead.
Saint-Gobain is such a big company, really, so it has a very high and big responsibility.
We all want to make money. If you want to make money in the future, you have to be the best in life enhancing and life sustaining. And the essence of that is sustainable building.
Sustainability is really a fantastic new business driver absolutely everywhere, both in mature countries and in emerging countries, and for all Saint-Gobain activities. We have on one side to work in improving environmental performance within existing offers. On the other side, we have really to work on new offers thanks to our eco-innovation policy.
The best way to do it, and probably the only way, is to use the life cycle analysis. It means that we have to take into account everything, from the raw material to the development of the product, to the manufacturing of the product, but also the end of life of the product. At the end of the day, what is important is that the fact that the building itself has a good environmental impact, which means that everything that enters in the building has to be taken into account.
We need to look at innovation from many different perspectives along the entire development chain. Marketing, R&D, purchasing, industry, environmental health and safety all have a role to play in reaching a common objective. Different functions need to use the same vocabulary and share the same tools in order to be able to define problems, assess impacts, decide on priorities, and find the appropriate solutions to meet our common challenge.
In sustainability, you cannot be alone. You have to work with others, you have to be open, you have to create some transversality.
Investors are looking for basically three things. First, growth. Second, profitability. And third, low risk. Sustainable Habitat is an answer to these three requirements by improving our growth, improving our profitability, and also reducing the level of risk for the company.
If we don't innovate, our competitor will. And we want to stay ahead of the competition.
Promote the change is very risky, but it's much more risky if you don't change anything.
And when you lead that discussion, you create a competitive advantage.
We try to transform this risk into a kind of opportunity to prove that Saint-Gobain distribution entity can deliver a kind of vitrine in terms of environmental standards.
Rolling out our new eco-innovation policy across all of Saint-Gobain will give us even more strength and credibility. It should also deliver concrete, measurable results.